Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my self-tanning routine, and I'm just going to show you my favorite products, and I am going to be giving you a demonstration after I show you what products I use, so stay tuned for that. But to start off with, first things first, I like to make sure that my skin is clean and exfoliated. The products that I love using for exfoliating right now are these products from Tree Hut. These are the they're like the salt scrubs. This one is the Himalayan salt scrub. It's like the pink Himalayan salts, but this smells amazing. It's the cherry blossom, and it's a certified organic shea butter with cherry extract. Smells amazing. The scent is really strong, and it fills up the shower and the whole bathroom, and it just smells like you're in a spa. And the other one I really like is the Mediterranean salt scrub. This is the fig and olive. Oh my gosh, this one, I can't even pick which one I like better, but they just work so great for exfoliating, and they just smell amazing. Another thing I like using are these, they're like washcloths, but they have a texture to them. They start out really coarse, but then they soften up over time, and these work really well for getting the self-tanner off. Like if you have, I self-tan a lot, so I really want to make sure I get all of the self-tanner off before I start a new application. So this really allows me to get in there and really scrub off the old self-tanner, so this works really great. And it's also gentle enough to use like on my face, so I do use this every day on my face when I'm not using my electric, like I have one of those Clarisonic things, not the Clarisonic but the one by Michael Todd, and I use that every day for exfoliating my face, but this really gets my face exfoliated. So those are the products that I use. And also you want to use a good moisturizer on your dry areas like your elbows, knees, and feet, and I talk more about that in my demonstration. But now on to the products that I use, and I've been self-tanning for quite a while. When I was younger, I spent way too much time in the sun. I'm sure a lot of us did, and whenever I see people not self-tanning, but when I see people going to tanning beds, I just cringe because I feel like you're so going to regret that later because it just ages you and it's just not good for you. I do think that it's okay to be in the sun. I just think that overexposure is just not good for you. So I'm totally okay with, you know, soaking up the sun rays, but wear sunscreen as much as you can, and just don't overexpose yourself because it does lead to skin cancer, and it does, you know, prematurely age your skin. So I do wear sunscreen, and I do like to tan with a self-tanner. And these two products are my holy grail products. I've been using these for over 3 years, and why change it if it's working great? I have tried so many self-tanners, and these are the ones I just always go back to. This is the Sun Goddess Sunless Tanning Lotion in dark, and this is the St. Tropez Bronzing Mousse, and this is like, these are both just amazing. The Sun Goddess I use for all over my body, and then the St. Tropez I use just for my face. It doesn't break me out on my face, so that's why I just always go back to this. I can't really risk trying new things on my face because everything breaks me out, so I really love that for my face. This one smells amazing. It doesn't leave you with that gross self-tanner scent that we all are pretty familiar with. It just smells really good. It gives you a nice, even tan, and it's colored so that you can see where you're putting it, and it's cruelty free, which is also really great. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I apply this and show you how it looks when we're all finished. So stay tuned. After my skin is all clean and exfoliated, which I talked about in my introduction, then I'm going to go ahead and apply a moisturizer. And I use a cream moisturizer because this works best. When you apply a self-tanner, you want to make sure that you have all the really dry areas on your body. You want to put a layer of moisturizer in between those areas because the dry areas are really going to suck in the self-tanner and make those super dark. So I like to apply a cream moisturizer just because it provides a really good barrier, and I like to put it on my elbows, knees, and feet really well. Otherwise you're going to get like really dark elbows, knees, and feet, and that is just not attractive, and it makes your self-tanner makes your tan just look fake. So I just like to apply a really good layer and moisturize those areas really well. And the more you do this, the better you get at it. I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of have the hang of it. Another thing I like to do before I start my application is apply a really good layer. There's so much going on at my house today. It's kind of loud. The kids are playing in the backyard and we have like home improvement stuff going on, so sorry about that. So on my wrists and hands, I like to get a good layer. It just makes it easier to wash off of my hands when I'm finished. And you can also use one of these mitts to apply self-tanner, but I just like to use my hands, and I just make sure to wash my hands really well. I also like to put a little bit of moisturizer on my neck and chest area, and it just keeps it from sticking in like weird places, so get that really well. Okay, so the application of my self-tanner, I'm using two different tanners today. I'm using the Sun Goddess Sunless Tanning Lotion in dark and the St. Tropez Self-Tan Bronzing Mousse. And I like to use the St. Tropez for my face because it doesn't break me out and it's not as dark as the Sun Goddess. And I also use this for the back of my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my face. And I just take a small amount, just one pump, and I apply this to my face. I just use my hands and rub it in. I try to stay away from like my eyelids just because I like to just have my eyelids not be tan. It's better for when I apply my eyeshadow. And then I also bring this down onto my neck and blend it in onto my chest. Kids sound like they're having a really good time today. I also make sure to get my ears and then behind my ears too, and then bring it down onto the back of my neck. And then bring it up and blend it into my hairline. Make sure to blend it into my nose, and then just make sure it's blended in everywhere, just like you would with your makeup. Make sure it's really blended in. Okay, so I'm just taking whatever's left over, just wiping it off. Okay, now for the other tanner, the Sun Goddess. It's really dark, but I like that because you can see where you're putting it, and I'm just going to start applying it. I usually start with my arms and then move down. As you can see, it's really dark, but you can see where you're putting it. And I like to work really quickly and just get it blended in really fast. Kind of hard to do with a swimming suit on, but I just keep blending it in until I don't see any splotchy areas, and sometimes it takes the work, but it's definitely worth it in the end because then you won't have any weird areas that look splotchy. So the good thing about this too is that I can put this on in the morning and I have like an immediate tan, so I don't really, it does take a couple hours to process, but you still have that immediate tan. So if you're going to be wearing like shorts, or if you're just feeling really pale that day, you can put this on and you don't have to wait because you get like an immediate tan. So I have applied the lotion all over my body, and then I washed my hands really well. I used the soap from Bath & Body Works. This is the ones with the exfoliating beads, the deep cleansing hand soap, and this just works great for getting the tanning lotion off. I don't have a problem with like my hands being stained or anything like that, so this works absolutely awesome for getting the self-tanner off my hands. Then for applying the self-tanner to the back of my hands, I just take an e.l.f. brush. These are really inexpensive at Target. They're like $3, so if they get ruined, it's fine. I take a little bit of the St. Tropez tanning lotion. put a small amount on there, and then I go ahead and just apply this to the back of my hands, and then you don't have to worry about getting your hands dirty again. So I just make sure to get my fingers really well in between my fingers, and then I just bring it down onto my wrist to make sure I blend it, and then also on the back side of my wrist, and then bring it down, and then you have tanned hands. So I'll go ahead and do the other one. So I'm finished with the application of the self tanner. Now I'm going to let it do its thing and come back in about 3 hours and show you how it looks. So this is it. I've had the self tanner on for about 4 hours. I love the color of it. I love the way that it's really even, and now I'm ready to go out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.